Hello, it's me. I recently received a comment on one of my YouTube videos, and they were asking about the different numbering systems or address schemes in the anti-net Zettelkasten. So I responded that I would make a video in a bit. It is now a week later. Okay, this is my Zettelkasten, my anti-net. It's still $1, but in here are two different types of numbering schemes. If you come from Scott Shepper and you've learned about the Zettelkasten anti-net from Scott Shepper, then you are probably familiar with the academic disciplines. Scott recommends starting with 5 cards: arts and humanities, social sciences, natural sciences, formal sciences, and applied arts and sciences, each with their own address: 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Then, when you want to add something new, you add it branching from one of these top-level categories. For example, from natural sciences, I have another section called biology, which branches down from natural sciences at 3200, so 3200. From biology, I have another section called evolution, which branches down further at 3250. And then from evolution, I have another section called neuroevolution at 3251. 3251 originally was for something about the NEAT algorithm. Neuroevolution of augmenting topologies. So I made a card at 3251.1. This goes on for a little bit until 3251.2 or 3251.3.1. And then I made a card somewhat related to artificial general intelligence at 3251.4. Eventually, this card, evolving inputs and outputs at 3251.4, created this, which is my entire artificial general intelligence section, or superintelligence section. Now you might realize that this entire section on superintelligence is actually within my biology branch. Many of these cards are not directly related to biology. So the section evolved. Now it started in natural sciences, then became biology, then evolution, then neuroevolution, then cards about neuroevolution. Then I made a card related to neuroevolution, and then many more cards after came that were more related to this card, and this eventually became my superintelligence section, and I now have collective cards at 3251.3 for superintelligence, or AGI. So with all that said, even if it might make more sense to have my superintelligence section within formal sciences, it evolved within natural sciences. A second well-known numbering scheme for the anti-net, Zettelkasten, is that you simply add numbers as you go along. So your first note is numbered 1, then the second 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, etc. If you have a note that you would like to place between 1 and 2, you label it 1.1 or 1A. You find a way to put it between the two. I also have this numbering scheme. For example, AI-generated images are art, where I was arguing to myself that AI-generated images are art. So I have counterpoints and arguments all through here, going through all of the ones. Then at 2, I have a completely unrelated thought called change is natural, which is from meditations. So on and so on. This expands, and eventually I get to my whole brain emulation section, which is what I am currently researching. So I have a card, 5A.1, which is just where I ended up placing this. And now I have practically the entire 5A section related to whole brain emulation. So all of this are cards related to whole brain emulation. Basically, the point of this video is that it really does not matter which system you use, because one, they work together. You can have both of them in the same box, as you saw here. And two, they both have categories emerge. Personally, I actually prefer the one with predefined categories. Even if it might seem a little restricting at first, completely unrelated categories still emerge from your predefined categories because you're still storing notes to whichever other idea is closest to it within your system. So categories still emerge no matter which system you use. So with all that said, use whatever system you want. It really does not matter.